Are you looking for true personal freedom? The freedom to design a life you truly desire? Then you're absolutely in the right place. True personal freedom comes from when you take 100% responsibility and control of your money and your mind. Here you're going to learn ideas, tips, and wisdom that's going to help you bridge the gap from where you are now to your dream life in the future. My name is Randy Wilson, and welcome to the Rich Mind Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Rich Mind Podcast. And today I want to start off with a quick question for you. Do you feel like you are more reactive to life, or do you feel like you respond to life? And those two words might sound similar, and you might even think of them in terms of they're the same thing. But let me dive a little deeper and explain to you what I mean by that. When I was described to this in the way that I wanted to describe it to you, hopefully you'll be able to see maybe some patterns in your own life and start taking some different action. The whole idea is for you to get in the driver's seat of your life, to start taking control. The whole idea between the Rich Mind Podcast and everything I stand for is personal freedom. And the way to do that is when you take 100% responsibility and control of your money and your mind. And one way to begin doing that relatively rapidly is to understanding the difference between reacting to life versus responding to life. Okay. And whether you do this yourself. So sometimes the easiest way to do it is to watch other folks, to just observe how other people are going through their lives. If it's a little bit more difficult to do it for yourself. But what I would encourage you to do is to try to take an internal reflection. See for yourself if you can't find, like I said, some of the things that are kind of coming up in your own mind as you're going through this process. But one way to tell if you're reacting versus responding is that reacting is just quick decisions, quick moments. Like things happen to you. It's like you feel like life is happening to you. Let's say you're in a customer service role and a customer is barking at you or yelling at you, or you're having a situation with a family member or a friend, or traffic. That's probably one thing that we can all relate to is traffic. Now, reacting to would be just snapping, just flying off, saying things, acting in a certain way without giving it any thought. That's the idea between just reacting to life versus responding. So responding is more of taking control of your thoughts, taking control of the moment. Now, what I'm not saying is that there aren't times that you're going to need to react to different things that are going on in your life. So there's a time to react, but what I'm encouraging you to do is to begin thinking about ways that you can start to respond to life versus react. So, for example, if you're in a bad situation, whether it be a job or, as I mentioned, even traffic or anything that is a negative feeling space, what I would encourage you to do is to take a moment and think through, once you get triggered with whatever activity is going on in your life, step back and think about, where is that coming from? Where and what do I need to do? What action steps? Who do I need to reach out to? So, for example, using the job, for example, if you're in a bad space, if you're not necessarily where you want to be in your current position, let's say you want to either break free and jump into the entrepreneurial world and start a business. Reacting would be just bouncing from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, thinking that that next thing is going to be what's going to get you to the promised land of this big vision that you have for yourself. What I would encourage you to do is think about the processes before you take the action. So the idea is to get clarity of where you want to go. You need to get crystal clear on the vision that you see for yourself moving forward. And to do that takes a little bit extra step. It takes a little bit extra effort in your ability then to respond to whatever you need to do next. The idea of just bouncing from one thing to the next is what's going to keep you basically in a little hamster wheel that's going to not allow you to move forward at a quicker pace. It's that idea of going slower and to move faster, right? You're moving slower, more methodically to be able to move faster. But the idea is also to take control of your mind and of your thoughts as those items are coming to you. So as I mentioned also, the traffic is a great example. If someone cuts you off, if someone does something stupid, we all see it. We see it every day when we're out on the road. We might actually be the one doing it. We don't even realize it. But the whole point is that you have the ability in those moments, and this could be good practice, you have abilities in those moments to take control of your thoughts. When those thoughts of negativity pop up in your mind about that individual, what they did or didn't do, learn to take responsibility and control by responding to that, whether it affected you or not, whether you need to say what you want to say, whether you need to blow your horn, whether you need to flip that person off, whatever you normally would react to, think through the process and try to respond instead. Realize that you are in control. You need to be the one having that control, and with that control, you can then direct your life in any direction that you want. You can then decide to take action towards a bigger vision, moving away from a position, a situation, an environment. You can begin to build a business. You can begin to invest in different things. You can grow your relationships with other people. But you're only going to be able to do that when you take control and learn to respond versus react. So hopefully that serves you today. Just really think through that today. As you're going through your day-to-day activities, try to catch yourself either reacting or responding. And I would encourage you to try to be more aware. And through that awareness, you're going to begin to be able to respond more, which is going to get you better results in the long run. So once again, hopefully that serves you today. Go out there, have a fantastic day. I appreciate you being here. I really appreciate you getting this far with the podcast. I'm having a ton of fun producing it and recording these ideas and these thoughts that I have. I hope you're finding value in them as well. If you are, I'd appreciate you sharing it with your family and friends. It really can help me spread the message of what I'm trying to share here on the Rich Mind Podcast. So until the next episode, have a fantastic day, and we will talk to you very soon. Bye now. Thank you for joining me on the Rich Mind Podcast. I hope you found a ton of value in this episode. If so, I'd really appreciate a 5-star review, and you can also share it with your family and friends. And as my mentor Jim Rohn shared with me, in order to have more, you must first become more. And in order to become more, you must work harder on yourself than you do on your job. So go out there today and work harder on yourself to become more and build the life of your dreams. Until next time, my friends.